Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to do something a bit different. I'm going to give my top tips on how to get a faster time in the Tour de Zwift. The Tour de Zwift is a multi-day stage ride organised by Zwift, 9 stages over the course of January. And if you complete all 9 stages, you unlock some kit in the game. However, a lot of people try and race these stages, or try and get as best a time as possible. So I'm going to give you some tips about how to get a faster time. The first tip I can offer is to pick a time that has a lot of riders. In the Tour de Zwift, there can be 2,000 to 3,000 riders on the start line. If you pick a time that has a lot of other riders, it will be easier to find a group of riders to draft with. And one of the key things to getting a good time is riding with people who are faster than you. If you can pick a time slot with lots of riders, there will be more people for you to draft from, therefore you'll get a faster time. The second tip is to get to the front as early as possible. When the countdown starts, start pedaling straight away. Zwift races always start full gas, like a cyclocross race or a mountain bike race. So you can start pedaling before the timer goes to 0. And when it hits 0, you will already be at your maximum watts already, and you'll get a boost compared to other people who are not pedaling. The idea is the further up to the front you get, the faster the riders will be. And you'll find a group who you can draft off, and they can tow you around, so you'll get a faster time. My third tip follows on from that, in that if you join the race early, you will already be right at the front. If you join 10 seconds before the start, you'll be right at the back. And if there are 3,000 riders, that's a huge distance that you have to cover before you're at the front of the race, or before you're near riders who are fast enough that you can draft off. So normally you can join the race about 30 minutes before the start. So log into Zwift early and join and do your warm-up in the start pen, so you don't miss out on any warm-up and you're there ready to go right at the front of the line. And it gives you a big advantage rather than having to put in extra power to move up the group to get to the front. Next, I'm going to talk about how to ride in a group in Zwift. If you're in a pack, you can put out about 1/3 less energy than the people right at the front. So within the program, you've got a column on the right hand side of the screen that shows you the watts per kilo for every rider around you. Keep an eye on that, and what you should do is look to try and put out the same amount of power as the people around you. And for the people on the front, you should be putting out about 1/3 less power than those riders are pushing. So it's a good way to make sure you're not putting out too much power to stay in the pack that you're riding with, and it's a good way to gauge and pace your efforts. And if you do that, you should be able to hold on to a group of riders that are actually much faster than you. And my last tip for your fastest time is to ride the climbs as hard as you can. There's no point saving any energy for a sprint finish when you're looking for a fast average time. Those last 10-20 seconds won't be able to make up as much time as putting out a slightly higher average power over the whole climb. So if you're looking at Box Hill, just go full gas from the bottom and try and sustain as high a power as you can. Save nothing for the finish. That way, your total time will be less, rather than trying to pace yourself, hold something back for a sprint finish to maybe beat 2 or 3 people at the very end. It's much faster to put everything you can and try and get out as much as you can for the whole climb, rather than saving anything from the finish. And with that, good luck. I hope you get a great time in the Tour de Zwift. Ride on. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and put any other tips that you might have in the comments below. Thanks.